nominated for an Oscar can be one of the most amazing and exciting events in an actor's life. Not only does it indicate the respect and admiration of one's peers, but win or lose, the Oscar nod can lead to higher salaries, more diverse roles, and greater career control. But for African American actresses, an Oscar nomination doesn't magically erase the difficulties they face as women of color in America.
I didn't work for a year after Color Purple. There was nothing.
I can't honestly say that it changed my career.
I didn't even know that it was supposed to make a difference in your life professionally.
In the 72 years since the Academy Awards started, out of almost 700 actress nominations, only 13 have been for African American women, and only 2 of them have actually won Oscars.
Now look here, honey. Does you want to fight with me, or does you want to help me?
In 1940, Hattie McDaniel was not only the first African American to win an Oscar, but she was the first to attend an Academy banquet as a guest, rather than a waitress. Although winning the Oscar brought Hattie wealth and fame, she was harshly criticized for playing a maid in every one of her approximately 300 films, to which Hattie responded, "Hell, I'd rather play a maid than be one."
I expect I better get going. My husband's hungry too.
However, by 1949, mammies and maids were out of the picture.
My house became divided when my parents got divorced, and I felt divided. I didn't want to make the decision as to whose side was I on, so I took my own side. I had left, I was 16, came to New York, and was searching, looking for ways to survive. I became addicted. I mainlined when I was 19, heroin, cocaine, and for 15 years, that was what I used to anesthetize myself, to medicate myself. In and out of prison, and I didn't even tell myself that I was HIV. I remember getting the results just before Christmas, and I was numb. I was numb. I continued to shoot and act as if I didn't receive any kind of result. I just couldn't accept it. That's what they call denial. And I stayed in that condition for 5 years. 89 was the last time I made a detox. And I didn't know where I was going, but I heard of a soup kitchen over here in East Harlem. And I walked over to the soup kitchen, and I found a little more than soup. I saw the people running the soup kitchen were people I remember who was also on the soup line. And that was like an experience for me, you know, of empowerment. Why didn't I stand up when Frankie died? Why didn't I stand up when Lonnie died? I believe I was moved to stand up when Lorenzo died because Lorenzo died in silence. Lorenzo died in fear. Lorenzo died feeling ashamed to let people who loved him know that he had AIDS. That's why I was moved, that I didn't want to die that way, that I wasn't going to die in silence, that I wasn't going to die in shame. And that's why I stood up.
This is Jackson Heights in Queens, New York, home of a host of Indian restaurants, grocery stores, and sweet shops. It's also known as Little India. And this is Julie Sani, former architect, classical Indian dancer, and most interesting to me, an Indian cookbook author and teacher. I met Julie at the well-known Jackson Diner. After we ate, Julie and I hit the streets so that she could introduce me to some of the more unique aspects of Indian cuisine.
One of the very unusual things about Indian dining is at the end of the meal, you want always Indians eat digestives, and that is pan. It's a betel leaf which has inside various fillings like cardamom and rose petal conserve. They add lime in it also and some intoxicants which I can't tell you, but basically what it does is it makes you feel not only good in your stomach but also in your mind. If you're going to enjoy Jackson Heights, come and try a pan here right outside the Shaheen store. Open your mouth
and put it behind your teeth and make a bubble. Yes.
That's it.
Beautiful.
You know something? He can talk. I've got Ed in full control now. That's what I should do, give a paw every now and then.
Hi, my name is Stephanie. I want you to meet my family. Mike is my dad, Kathy is my mom, and this is me. This is my dog, Shelly. My dad works with computers. He knows everything about them. He's a very smart person, and he loves me very much. My dad has hemophilia. People who have hemophilia don't stop bleeding like most of us do. They take special medicine to help their blood clot. This medicine is made from other people's blood. In the past, when my dad's medicine was made from this blood, it had HIV in it. That's how my dad got HIV in his body. My mom is a teacher. She has HIV in her body. She got it from my dad, her husband. My dad gave my mom HIV while doing something that grown-ups do when they love each other and are alone together. This is what is called sex. At that time, my dad did not know that he even had HIV in his body. Like me, some of you may be living with HIV or AIDS in your families or among your friends. Your dad may have HIV, your mom may have HIV, or your brother or sister. My advice to you is, don't be afraid to love them. They need lots of love. This was a small part of my book, My Parents Have HIV/AIDS. I wrote it in 1992. It is dedicated in memory of my father, Michael W. Jarris. He died in 1992. I love him and miss him a lot. This is my mom, Kathy. She's my best friend. I love her a lot.
I love you too.
This lively scene did not take place in a remote Latin American country. It happened right here in the Hawaiian Islands, where more than 100,000 Hispanic people live today. This diverse population includes Mexicans, Panamanians, and other Spanish-speaking people from all over the globe, as well as more than 20,000 Puerto Ricans who have called Hawaii home for almost 100 years. Puerto Rico is an island in the Caribbean with a climate very similar to Hawaii's. Originally named Borinqui by the Taino Indians, Puerto Rico was ruled by the Spanish for 400 years. Life was a struggle for the Puerto Rican workers on the Spanish plantations. And when the San Ciriaco hurricane struck in August 1899, thousands were left desperate for food, shelter, and work. The next year, when the Hawaiian Sugar Planters Association offered the destitute Puerto Ricans free passage, housing, schooling, medical care, and wages of $15 per month for the men to work on the Hawaiian plantations, many found the offer irresistible. From December 1900 to October 1901, 5,000 Puerto Ricans left Puerto Rico for Hawaii. After a brief period of quarantine in Honolulu, the workers were sent to the outer islands, where they went to work beside an incredibly diverse group of workers, none of whom spoke a word of Spanish.
The Puerto Ricans were known as the ones who always had their parties and their dances. In fact, on some plantations, other people would think that they were terrible people because they were dancing and they were, you know, in their culture, a dance was a performance that you watched and enjoyed. Whereas the Puerto Ricans were all performers. You know, you got on the dance floor and just shook a leg.
The living room used to get packed dancing, so we never go to the dance hall. The dances used to be in our house. My father used to knock the wall down, put them on the side, and the bedroom and the living room would be all one big building, one big room. And they used to dance like that. And when the dances in those days used to go from maybe 7 in the evening till 6 o'clock next morning. They never had this kind of midnight stuff, you know, no. All night, that's the kind of dances.
$100 reward, a Negro man.
2 leg irons on his feet, short, thick, well-set, sensible fellow.
When most people think of the Underground Railroad, Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, and a few famous abolitionists come to mind. But there was a large network of people in colonial America who helped enslaved Africans steal away to freedom.
Today we're at the Maggie Walker School in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, where we're going to join a group of 7th graders who are going to take a journey through time to explore the Underground Railroad in New York City.
Our first stop was at the African Burial Ground Monument in Lower Manhattan.
This is dedicated to the people who are buried here and to all who were enslaved from 1626 until July 1827, the Emancipation Day in New York City.
It is estimated that up to 20,000 African Americans are buried beneath the buildings in this area.
May we just take a moment for a silent prayer?
Fayette Presbyterian Church has a long history as a hotbed of political activism. Many enslaved Africans running to freedom were hidden in the tunnels beneath this church.
They had to sleep and stay down here for days at a time. Who wants to spend the night here?
As you can see, standing exactly where their ancestors hid on their journey towards freedom had a deeper impact on these boys and girls than any textbook ever could.